This show is part of the Transpodcaster Visibility Initiative.
It's a bit early for that outfit, don't you think? Or are you finally going to clean this hole up?
Cute, but it's never too early for Halloween. I mean, the kids are back in school, fall's pretty much here, all the shops have all the spooky shit out already. Why not get a couple of months out of it?
So it's the most spooky time of the year?
That, it most certainly is. And as such, I'm going to spend the next couple of months talking about some of my favorite childhood, scary, frightening pictures.
So what are we watching this time?
Well, in honor of a recent podcast that I did with Hertzie, I'm going to talk about a film that her and I discussed, as well as its sequel, The Gate.
So what is the first Gate movie about?
Two young boys, one of which named Glenn,
A young Stephen Dorff, who portrayed Deacon Frost in Blade, and Terry, as portrayed by Louis Tripp, accidentally release a horde of nasty, pint-sized demons from a hole in a suburban backyard. What follows is a classic battle between good and evil as the two kids, with Glenn's teenage sibling, Al, as portrayed by Krister Denton, of Growing Pains and Silver Spoons, struggle to overcome a nightmarish hell that literally begins to take over the earth. That sounds pretty epic, mine princess.
It most certainly is. For a small budget Canadian production, the special effects are top notch.
There's a strong storyline here, and much to Hertzie's chagrin, lots of subtle conveyance and symbolism in the rich tapestry of the story. You're shown more than blatantly explained, and that is some great cinematic storytelling. Demons, hellgates, zombies, gore, kids in peril. Think of proto-Stranger Things with a Goonies go to hell plot, and you're almost there.
Wow. So I'm almost afraid to ask, what's the sequel about?
It's been 5 years since Terry's friend Glenn found the gate to hell in his backyard.
Glenn has now moved away, and Terry, as reprised by Louis Tripp, begins practicing rituals in Glenn's old house, and eventually bringing back demons through the gate. Him and 4 teens summon forth a diminutive, demonic minion from the other side to do their bidding, and grant their wishes. But of course, they must all ultimately pay the price.
So you're telling me, despite everything that happened in the last flick, Terry just brings back the demons?
I mean, yeah, I know it does sound pretty bad plot-wise, but you gotta figure it was a direct-to-video cash-in, which, if you ask Disney, were pretty popular at the time.
We do get more character development about Terry and his family background, which is welcome, but the story itself just feels like more of the same. Again, not saying that it's bad, but it just feels like a scaled-down version of the original flick with half the punch. What effects we do get are good, and despite the fact that I watched a poor quality version of it online, they still hold up today. Though if you do plan to watch this film, I would strongly suggest picking up the Shout Scream Factory Blu-ray while it's still available.
So, looking back on these two childhood flicks, what's your verdict?
The first film is certainly a must-watch.
A great for all adult horror fanatics to revisit, and even the kids who love Stranger Things to experience for the first time today. It definitely has that retro Goonies vibe. The second is more a companion piece to the first, but it does have its own story. It just doesn't exactly stand on its own without the prior film. I say definitely check out the first.
And if you're wanting more, well, The Gate to Trespassers is pretty harmless.
So what's on the docket next, since you're on a seasonal spooky kick?
Well, since summer is at a close, I figure I want to address a movie that should have been a summer blockbuster this year, but wasn't, because it was a film adaptation of a video game.
Oh fuck, don't tell me Uwe Boll is involved.
Thankfully, no. But it does have The Rock in it.
And how, pray tell, that is not just as bad?
Well, you guys are just gonna have to tune in next slime to find out. Until then, take scare, creep it real, and as always, unpleasant screams.